people. How are you doing? Let me set up the chat so I can see your comments. All right, let me know where you are plugging in from. What state, what country, what social media. I am streaming live on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Twitter. So, where are you guys chiming in from? What state, which country, which city, all that jazz. Folks, we're going to talk about the indentures today because there's just been, okay. Let's see where I'm going to start. First, I'm going to start with appreciation, like always. Let me do that, and then we'll get into everything else. Let me know where you guys are from. I want to make sure my chat comment, it's working. Yes, embrace underscore success from Houston, Texas. Love that name. Hello. What's this button do? Twana, PA, Pennsylvania. I think that means Pennsylvania. We got Texas, Pennsylvania, Central Pennsylvania. Where else, folks? Where else? As you guys know, I'm in Cali, Los Angeles. And so basically, I'll tell you guys a little bit about the schedule. I'm going to talk about appreciation, say some announcements, and then we're going to get into indentures. Trevor, NYC. Come on, New York. We got East Coast, Midwest, West Coast. We in here. After the Louisiana, so my mom's side, we're from Natchitoches, Louisiana. And they say, most likely, if you're from Natchitoches, you descend from Sierra Leone, which I found out through AfricanAncestry.com. And yeah, I can get naturalized. Okay, Vegas, Nevada in the house. We got how many states? 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5 states in this piece. 6, including me. Okay. Is my head too big? Is this fine? Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna be talking about the indentures. Folks, I have some concerns. I have some concerns. I have some relieving news to share, bad news to share, and great information to share. So this will be more educational than any other. Well, no, this should be more on the educational side, more than entertainment side. But I think all my lives are more educational than anything else. Yeah, but this is definitely going to be more on education. Why, thank you, brother. PMP. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. So let me get started with appreciation. Folks, thank you to my patrons and my YouTube members. Folks, there's 3 levels. There's Team Gold, no, Team Heart, Team Gold, and Team Purple. And folks, I thank you for your monthly contribution. It goes a long way. When I tell you guys are helping me monthly, it goes a long way, no matter which team you're on. But of course, Team Heart, folks, those are the $25 a month people. Hello, thank you. Miami, Florida, Miami Lakes, Florida. I really, truly appreciate Team Heart, Team Gold, and Team Purple. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And yes, it's very easy. If you're on YouTube, there's like a join button. You can hit that join button and see what it means to become a member, what type of benefits you have. And if you want to be a patron, which I rather you do, because they take less money away, you can go to all my videos. So under this one, eventually, I'll put the Patreon link there, and you can also contribute that way. Because a lot of people are like, how do we contribute to you, Leslie? YouTube or Patreon, or we have new ways now. Let me stand up for this so you guys can see. Boom. Unity through community. They are now on sale. They're now on sale on the website. So I'll show you guys that as well. And last but not least, last but not least, folks, people that are the viewers, that's supporting me too. You viewing my videos. I mean, I have LA in the house. Good to see you. Like, hey, Henry. Yes, LA. I have seen the difference of increase in my average viewing. Because I used to average 1,000. Question, will you be selling shares for your Ghana biz? Ooh, that is a good question. That's so good. I almost don't want to answer it because I'm in betwixt. You know what? I was gonna say this for leisure, but I'll just, since you guys are early and on time, I'll ask you guys. So remember the Davenports, the yacht video? That's like my second to last video. Um, he's very about sustainability and being self sufficient. And he said the only thing I don't like about your videos is when you talk about investors. He said, "Sis, do you know you can do all this on your own?" I was like, excuse me, how? He's like, if you put a 4-year plan together, you can build the beachfront boutique on your own. Build as you go, right? And then rent it out, and then use some of that money to build the second, um, what's it called? Die. I don't know the second building. And I was like, that is a good question. That is a good question. So I'm indecisive of what, if I want to just build it myself and do a 4-year plan, or Trevor, have investors and partner up with investors. That's where I am, folks. But first, I need to get my deed before I can even do anything. So let's start there. So hopefully that answered your question, Trevor. Um, I'm in between. I might not even go the investor route anymore. Yeah. Okay. What are also viewership? I Yeah, I have increased in viewings. Like the average view, I used to average like 1,000. Now I'm averaging about like 3,000 per video. So thank you. 4 years sounds way too long. Offer us a chance. Right? That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I was like, plus that requires me maybe to get a regular job, which I don't want to do. Or, which I don't mind going hard in real estate, which I plan on doing anyways. But 4 years is a long time. And if I can get a group of people to contribute in this project, that's even better. But I do see his point too, and I'm gonna do a poll. Right, I'm gonna do a poll later on because if I don't get my deed, none of this is happening. Okay, but if I do get my deed, I'm gonna do a poll and see what you guys think because yeah, there's people that want to jump on this bandwagon, and I'm trying to get it underway, folks. But these indentures and these people and the way they handle and stuff, ooh. Okay. So great idea, Leslie. I need a place to stay for the 2 years I wait to build my house. The new law is 1 year up from the front to landlords. I didn't know that. Huh. Okay. Who knows where the law is going to be next year? You know. So okay, yeah. So thank you for my viewers, thank you for my patrons, and thank you for my YouTube members. Special announcement. Let's go to the website, shall we? Good question. See, you guys are ready, and I'm not even there yet, right? Let me share my screen so I can show you the store. Just a quick announcement, a quick plug, if you will. You guys see that? Yes. This is the Kente Cloth store. Folks, the Kente Cloth. Legacies expressed in the hand weaving technique passed down from generation to generation in Africa through Kente Cloth. If you guys seen my last live, you guys know Kente Cloth has a special place in my heart. Let us wear legacy. Folks, you can go and watch the origins of Kente, or you can just go straight to the store. And this, folks, 25% off of everything you see here. 25% off. And let me continue to scroll. And look at here. Boom! The UTC, Unity Through Community t-shirt. You can now buy it. So folks, you can go to the website, www.vision-reality.com. And yeah, that's another way you can directly support me as well. Because, I believe in working I don't believe in handouts, I'll take free money. I don't mind that. Oh, and all the one-time donators, I appreciate you too. I'll take money. I don't mind. But I like to work with my money, period. So, okay. Do I have another announcement? No. The shirts are $5 off, and the Kente Cloth is 25% off. Okay, boom. All right, folks, you guys ready to get into it? let's get into the indentures. Any questions so far? You guys had some good questions already. This most likely will not be a long live. I kind of want to share the information, update you, and share the information about indentures. And then we are, unless you guys have questions, it'll go longer, but I'm pretty sure we can wrap this up in 20 more minutes. Yes. So let's start with indenture number one. Folks, KAS Estates have released my indentures. Okay, my lawyer and my caretaker picked up my indentures for their 2 missing plots that they made appear. Okay, they picked them up on Tuesday, and I want to say happy, but I'm not happy. I am relieved, and I will explain why it's not happiness. It's just being relieved, and because folks, indentures is step one. And I found out a lot of people don't know about that. Even like the names themselves, even like I've been talking to a lot of people, I'm not Leslie from 2 years ago. I'm a better version of myself, right? And I know more people and I have more connections, thank God. And I'm finding out people don't know what indentures are at first. And then they don't know the power and how much hold the indenture have. Okay, so let me show you pictures of my indentures so you know that I am not fibbing. So if you do not know the story behind KAS, feel free. I have a whole video list. You can watch that. Oh, it's sideways. Darn it. It's okay. I just want to at least share you guys, share the proof with you. You guys can see, even though it's upside down or sideways. Can you guys see it? Oh no, it's not. Wait, hold up. Boom. There it goes. What? What happened? There's my indenture, folks. These are my indentures oh no. Computer, don't mess up on me. Folks, my laptop is really old. They keep on telling me, my mom, get a new laptop. I'm gonna ride this till the wheels fall off. You hear me? So, yes. So they're here. Proof. I have them. And Leslie, you have your dentures. You went through hell and high water. Why are you not happy? I'm relieved. I'm not happy because, folks, the indenture doesn't mean as much as we think it means. And let me explain why. Because in my experience, my indentures have been wrong. So a lot of people don't go past the indenture because they think it carries enough weight. Now, it is a good thing. Don't get me wrong. Having the indentures are good. That's step number one. Some people don't go to the next step, which is the deed, if you're in the central region, or the land certificate, if you're in the greater Accra region. Okay. So I'm relieved but not happy because I'm going to send those indentures to the Lands Commission and see if they're registrable. I think that's how you say it, registrable. And like, Leslie, why? Because my other indentures from the beachfront property, if you guys see my videos, the first one was whack. It had no power. It was no difference than me writing a indenture on a napkin and taking it to the Lands Commission. That's how worthless it was. Okay. And now I made an announcement why my deed process is on hold. Folks, that indenture is unregisterable. Unregisterable. And I'm like, so how strong is the deed? I thought the indenture was the same thing as a deed. Come to find out it's not, Valencia. Come to find out it's not. Okay. And so when I took my indentures to the beachfront property to the Lands Commission, both of them were like, you can't register these. I'm like, why am I getting deeds that I can't even register? What the heck is going on? Okay. So the indenture is just one step out of it's step number one. Most people don't go to get the deed or the land certificate because the indenture is good. But for my situation, when it comes to investors, I had a potential investor already tell me, they're like, we don't really care about the indenture. We want to see the deed. And now I understand why. That's the issue we're having with the land in Asebu. TA. And see, that's the thing. So that's why I'm not happy. I'm relieved, but I'm not happy because I can take these indentures that KAS has given me, take them to the Lands Commission, and something can pop up, just like my indentures with the beachfront property. Folks, that's going to be a whole entire video next week. It's so much. I can't even go. I want to make sure I deliver that in excellence. I don't want to, if there's certain people I don't want to offend as I'm telling my story. So I want to do that in video form. So I'm just giving you a summary right now of what's going on. So when I went to go, when my, oh, TA, can you explain more? Is it, you took your indentures to the Lands Commission and they said they're unregisterable, or like information was missing? The traveling Israelite said it was the same thing for the land at Asebu. That's the issue we're having with it. Folks, all I know is my land's in the central region. I took my beachfront indentures to the Lands Commission twice, and they told me they were unregisterable. I can only tell you my side of the story. And I don't see why my situation is different from anyone else. And I told one of my friends that bought land at Asabi, I'm like, you want to? And they thought that it was the only step. I was like, no, you want to take it to the Lands Commission to register it, right? Because what the deed or the land certificate does, it gives you litigation power. Because anyone can just roll up and say, this is my land, and like take you to court and stuff. But if you have the deed or the Lands Commission or the land certificate, it's like, really, who are you? You know? So it's just the deed or the land certificate gives you more power, leasing power. I don't even know the correct term, but more power when it comes to litigation, if it gets to that point. So Valencia, TA, I encourage you to go to the Lands Commission and don't stop at just having the indentures. Well, how do you get your deed? You go to the Lands Commission, find a representative, whoever gave you your indentures at Asebu, ask them for a referral to the Lands Commission in Central Region, Cape Coast. I just ask them. And worse than the worst, you can go to Lands Commission and find a rep and say, I want to register this. But usually whoever you're working with, ask them, can you refer me to a representative at the Lands Commission because I want to register my indentures. Folks, see, look, there's people aren't, how, because, and that was my concern. That's why I'm doing this live, because I was speaking to politicians. They're like, oh, I thought the deed, I thought the indenture was, I'm like, does no one know? I was speaking to some Ghanaians that are from Ghana, but they've been in America for a long time. They didn't even know about that. I did. The rep of the Cape Coast Land Center said it's not registerable. Oh, I see. Oh, so you're agreeing, like you have, see, TA is going through the same thing. He's going through he or she, sorry, is going through the same thing I am. So TA, when you went back to the people who gave you the indenture, what did they say? Right? Because that's the issue where I'm at right now. I made a group chat because folks, you know, I'm tired. I'm tired of this. If you've been watching me, I'm going on 2 years now. It's ridiculous. So I made a group chat with the Lands Commission rep, the developer, and my surveyor. And I said, you guys talk to each other because I'm not going to be Miss Telephone. And solutions were made, but not implemented. And so I'm like, okay, this indenture is unregisterable, but you don't want to fix it? Now we have a problem. Stamp duty and concurrence are the next process at the Lands Commission for stolen land. Yeah, that's where I am now. But everything's on hold because let me show you what video. You guys can go back if you want to watch. Give me a second. I want to show you this one. Come on, screen. Okay, share this tab. Can you guys see that? No, you can't. Let me figure this out. It's almost 3 years. Oh my. See, what's going on, folks? What are we going to do? What are we going to do about this? This is too much. So this video here, why my deed process is postponed, I elaborated on why my second indenture for the beachfront property is unregisterable, not able to be registered. Okay. I've been having trouble with that word. So you can go back and watch this. I'll give you more in depth. And then I'm doing another video next week going on what I'm going through right now. I watched Asher Grad 21 video. He stated that there was 20 different steps to buy land. You know what? That's too much. Why? That's too much. Why do we not know about this? See, here's my thing. This is the problem I have. There's no regulation, there's no system, and there's no order. This is stuff we should know before we even buy land. There should already be a document printed out like this is what you need to do. You go through all this, and by the time you get to the end, you have your land registered, you have your deed, or you have your land certificate. I mean, folks, is that a Western way of doing things? I mean, it shouldn't be a Western way. It should be a worldwide. If you want the diaspora of people to come to your country, it doesn't have to be Ghana. It could be any country. You want us to come, make it simple. Might not be easy, but at least make it simple. My goodness, because our money is being taken, folks. They're taking our money, and there's a whole other side of an agreement that needs to be fulfilled. Ooh, folks, it's just something else. Okay. Oh, go back to the KAS Indentures. I'm relieved. I had to submit a video. I didn't have to submit, but I submitted a video. The receipt, I left my receipts with my neighbor, and my caretaker brought my receipts to the KAS office. And I also wrote authorization letter for my indentures to be released. So I gave that to KAS. They gave it to the lawyer and my land certificate, and that's how I got my indentures from KAS. Because at first they're saying they're not going to release it, only if I'm there. I'm like, no. You took my money through a middleman. You can give me my indentures through a middleman. And thankfully they did. So I'm grateful for that. Wow, TA, I'm so glad I did not pay for land at Asebu. Please, God, don't tell me that the chief who gave us the free Asebu land was scamming us. Can we tell the President Nana about this? This live might create something. It wasn't my intention, but I didn't know you guys were having this issue too. 3 years? That's way too long. Like, what's going on here? This is a problem. Okay. What else? Oh, so before I move on to my next indenture story, this is how I've been asked, Leslie, what do you mean you're changing the way you're doing business in Ghana? This is exactly what I mean. If I don't have to go there, I'm not going to Ghana. I'm gonna have other people do it for me. So my lawyer and my caretaker, they went to KAS and picked up my indentures. I'm not flying like I did last time to pick up my indentures. Those days are done. And yeah, I'm not going back to Ghana until I get my deeds. Because no more of my money is going to be like 3 years, that's ridiculous. No more of my money is going to anywhere to Ghana until I get the deeds that I paid for in 2021. Please watch this video. Asher Grad 21 bought his land outright, refused to do a lease. Asher Grad 21, got you. 20 steps? Okay. I kind of went into my next, I kind of already talked about the beachfront. So the beachfront land, I've been given 2 unregisterable indentures already. That's a problem. And so next week, I'm going to go into detail of why I'm where I'm at, what's going on, what's the relationships like. It's getting worse. Let me just say that. It's getting worse when it doesn't need to. It's such a simple issue, but hey, things that are easy are hard in Ghana, and things that are hard are harder. I'm going to just leave it at that. Happy about the indenture. Yeah. So yes, that's what I wanted to share. Don't stop at the indenture, folks. Go all the way to the deed if you're in the central region, and go all the way to the land certificate if you're in Greater Accra. I don't know about the other regions, but I just know the region where I am, it's the deed. And I wonder. I did an interview. I think it was 2 days ago with what's his name, Path to Green. He has a playlist called Path to Green. Really awesome channel. And one of his questions, well, there are other countries besides Ghana to live in. President Kagame Rwanda, I did that name wrong. Does not play with scammers or crooks. I'm glad you brought that up because yeah, Ghana is not the only country we can invest in. One of my goals next year is to become naturalized to Sierra Leone. So I'm thinking about doing that and looking at it more from an NGO standpoint, because Sierra Leone is not in a as strong position as Ghana, but when it comes to nonprofits, it's strong. It's of course everyone want free money, right? People want to they'll take it, right, when it's free. So I'm thinking about that route. I also been told Tanzania is good. Yeah, I've also been told Rwanda is good. So, folks, I'll know more about what I'll be doing, like with my land situation next week for sure. Because at that time, I'll know where I stand when it comes to the beachfront property indentures. And then I should know where I stand regarding the KAS Indentures. My lawyer actually told me because I created an order of events because it got ridiculous with the beachfront property. So I told my lawyer everything I went through. I made a list of events and I made documents to go with each point of my list of events. Folks, he said, this situation regarding land is worse than your cost situation. I was like, what? Are you a member of ADDI? Her Excellency Ambassador Dr. Arikana. ADDI is African Diaspora something. Is that where the tribute to Chadwick is? If it's what I think you're talking about, ADDI, that was the first place I went when I landed in Ghana, and they wouldn't even let me in the building. Lots of people building in Liberia as well. Folks, I'm open. Leslie, Asher Grad will watch your property concerning security and check on contractors. He will also help find you his electrician. Folks, I can't even get my deed first. I need to get my deed before I start building and getting security. Well, everything is depending on this deed. Everything. And if I don't get it, I think my journey's done in Ghana. Period. It's going to be done because there's other opportunity, other places. At this time, coming up on year 2, I could have made some really big things happen here in the States. So I'm just like, but I do want to say I appreciate everyone that has reached out to me to help me, from diplomats to influencers. It's been great. By the end of the day, if there's no regulation and I give my money, I don't receive what I paid for, that's a problem. And regardless of how many people want to help, it's a problem, right? It's just a problem. Um, so yes, my lawyer said that my land situation at the beachfront property is worse than my cost situation when it comes to land. And I was just like, really? Because he was just like, these events should have never happened. Even with the lands commission, they're like, my lawyer said you shouldn't even gave any money to the lands commission if all they were going to tell you that is it's unregisterable. I was like, what? So, folks, if you don't remember anything I say, if you're gonna go to anywhere, what you guys are probably smart and you weren't naive like me. I really thought like, oh, I want to sell a dream, I want to sell a story to attract people to go to Ghana. That's why I didn't have a lawyer at the beginning because I wanted to prove that you can get an indenture, without having a lawyer. But I should have. Hey, BCB, I should have gotten a real estate lawyer from the beginning. Folks, if you have not started your Ghana journey yet and you plan on building from scratch, buying land and building, get a real estate lawyer because there's stuff that I shouldn't even, there's a portion of my money I shouldn't even gave until they were able to verify. My lawyer told me you shouldn't even paid off your land until the lands commission verified that your indenture was registerable. I was like, oh, okay. This just changed everything. Dr. Akrakana of Zimbabwe. Oh, I know. I love her. She was something, and then she got let go because she was speaking the truth on France. I think that's who you're talking about. Where the chief, Rusika, is giving diasporans a half a hectare to us. The Pan African Conference is in April 2023, hosted by DDI and the president of Zimbabwe. Oh, I know what you're talking about now. Yes. Rona Maya had an interview with her, and I watched that video. I want to go there. I'm gonna put that on my list actually to attend that, and because it's a jungle in these streets. It's a jungle, and it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. So I'm gonna put that on my list. The Pan African Conference, April 2023. Thank you, Valencia. She is amazing. Please join the ADDI. It's added political protection. Thank you for that. I will. I'm definitely going to do that. Um, yeah, folks, we hit 30 minutes. Any questions? So the main reason I wanted to do this